Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today's a very exciting day. I've had this palette for, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, almost two, and I've been dying to get into it. And it's the Naughty palette by BH. I'm so excited I got it. I'm so glad I, jumped on it as soon as I saw a couple reviews, and I'm hoping for you guys that it will still be in stock. Go check it out, get it. It's amazing. Great pigmentation. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was so much fun, but I did 3 looks today. So this is the last look that I did. So that'll all be at the end, but I did 3 separate looks. So it was very challenging. It's the first time I've ever worked with such a large palette that I would use so many colors. I've had Morphes before, but you always stay in that same shade, shade range. So a lot of these looks coming up were out of my comfort zone, so make sure you stick around to see those. Something totally different that I've ever done. Yeah, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, and we are going to jump into it. Here is the palette. How cute is it? It is so adorable, and it's called the Naughty palette. And inside here are all the shades. Just absolutely beautiful. And there's 30 of them, and they're all named, Christmas names, like Cole and Very Merry, Rudolph, Candy Cane. I'm going to try to attempt to do 3 different looks for you and for me, because I'm going to want to see, what I can do around the holidays. So yeah, and then I do have a few other products that I'm going to be testing out today. So I really haven't seen many reviews on this, unless it was years ago. So I'm going to give it a try. Again, I have dry skin here and underneath my eyes, and then through the T-zone, it is oily. So just so you know what kind of skin type I have. Now, also you can buy, this palette on Ulta as well. And sometimes you can use your coupon. So that would be a great deal, because they do sell it on their website. I have not seen it in their stores, but they do sell on the website. So you can order it through there. BH Cosmetics always has great coupons. Probably around the holidays, it's going to be even better. So keep your eye out for that, although it may sell out quickly. So there's, you got that decision to make. So yeah, let's get into this and see what we can come up with. But again, I do have a few items. So I'm going to start. I've already primed my, moisturized my skin, and I put on my eyebrows already. But I did pick this up at the drugstore. And this is, upside down. I'm so sorry. Hard candy. So I know I got this at Walmart. It is a Sheer Envy Instant Eye Fix, and it says that it has vitamin B, caffeine, and green tea. So I had it in my little mini fridge. I just wanted it to be nice and cooling. So let's give this a try and see what it's like. Yeah, the roller was nice and cool, so that felt really good. So I'm just going to keep it under here and kind of work some magic while I'm doing some other things. Okay, so let's start with the complexion. I'm going to prime, and I am going to use my e.l.f. putty primer around my T-zone. I'm running low. I do have a backup. No worries there. And e.l.f. also came up with their special brush specifically for that product. So we're going to give it a try. So yeah, it has a little scoop on one end, and then the brush is very soft. Their brushes are so nice. I love their brushes. And let's see what they call this one. Yep, Putty Primer Applicator. So I'm going to assume this is to scoop it out. And I have quite a bit there. So we're just going to do that. You probably could just go directly on the skin, but as you can see, I got quite a bit going on here. Oh boy. Okay, I have quite a bit here. So let's see how this works though. Okay. Feels great on the skin. I didn't expect any different from this brush. The way it felt even on my hand. Filled in all of my pores. So I usually use that little poof thing. But yeah, we'll see how this works. Okay, so I did get a new foundation while I ordered the palette, and it's through BH Cosmetics. And so the shade, I already looked into it. It's way too light. Way too light. But I bought it online, and foundations are very difficult to match up on your skin online. So it looks like this. As you can see, it's way too light. So I am going to have to mix her with that. Before I do that, I'm also going to put on another primer, because when I did look at the shade, it's very matte. So I'm going to use this one. I got it in the my BoxyCharm, and I will put a link for that in the description box, but I will warn you, it's very pricey. But it is a nice primer. I will say that. I'm not going to lie, you know, but I will tell you it was $62. And I don't I don't foresee me ever spending that on a primer, unless by the end of this bottle I look completely flawless and 20 years younger. So I'm gonna, this is not coming up very well. I don't know if it's too thick or, do you see that? It's like sturting. Well, that's not starting off very well. So I'm not too happy about that. I don't know if I got a bum one. Oh, there we go. Wow, I got a lot. Well, I've just wasted half the bottle. Thank God it wasn't too expensive, but yeah, that's the product. It's very thick, and it's going to be too light, so I'm going to add my e.l.f. This is a mixing match adjuster. You can get this on their website, and this is specifically for what I'm going to use it for, to make my foundation darker. So I'm going to put about that much in with it. And I will say it will not change your foundation's formula at all. So that's a good thing. Let me test this. See if that's going to be a decent match. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. So let's cross our fingers and hope this isn't really bad foundation. And I'm not going to start off with too much right now because it does look pretty thick. So let's, I'm going to use my new e.l.f. brush. This is their new brush here for foundation. I used it the other day. Again, the same video. I'll link that down below so you can see the first impression of that. And let's see how this works. This foundation. Okay, it was very misleading. So this is, you know, the first. It's a light coverage. I mean, if you like light coverages, this would be for you. I mean, on that first pass. You know, we'll see if you can build it up. But I do like a little more coverage foundation. Trying to be careful around my eyebrow. Let's take a look closer and see what it looks like close up. It needs work. I've got a piece of hair. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need my sponge. I don't know. It's just kind of almost like sitting on the skin, but let me just keep trying with the sponge and see if that can get it to go in my skin better. And it's sitting weird in my nose. I do not like this foundation at all. No. No, siree, Bob. I will not be using this again. It is just, I don't even know what it's doing. I really don't. It's certainly not covering anything. You can see my blemish here. You can see everything here. It's literally going in my pores. Yeah, and it's sticky. It's super sticky, but it's like not doing anything at all. Anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this all off. I'm going to come back with my full foundation and concealer and everything, because I have nothing new for that. But I cannot even wear this. This is absolutely horrible. Okay, I'm back. I ended up going with my trusty VDL foundation. But I will say that I feel like this might have helped with it, just to kind of sit on it a little bit better. So we'll see. We'll see throughout the day. Okay, so let's get into this palette finally. Good Lord. I feel like it's been forever. No, I'm lying. I want to put on lipstick first. So I think I'm going to, this is a Wet n Wild. It's a gel lip liner. And it is in the shade Bear to Comment. And I didn't have my little monocle nearby, so we're going to have to do this with my own eyes. This could be scary. Let's see how this works. Should have about a 10 times one that you can hold. I wonder if they have that. I'll have to look, because my eyesight is really getting bad. So, hopefully, see, I already messed up. Now, if you mess up with your lip liner, you can always take your little concealer brush or something and clean that up, because if you try to just go, it just smears all over the place. So, and I also got a new lipstick, and it's also from Hard Candy, and it's their new, looks like their new line here, and it's in a nude, and it's a satin lipstick. Isn't it a beautiful little package? I just got it for that. I liked it. I liked its packaging. So, yeah, it looks so cute. A little rose on there. So let's see how nude this is. Oh, it's pretty. It's more like a nude pink. It's very pretty. I like that. And it's very creamy. I doubt it will have like very long staying power, but it's very nice. It feels great on the lips. Nice formula. I like that. I really do. Okay, let's finally get into these eyes. This is crazy. You guys have probably already clicked way out of here by now. I wouldn't blame you. All right, so this is going to be interesting on how and what I'm going to do here, because I'm going to do an eye here, both with a different look. So because I want to just kind of play with this and see what it does. So I think I'm going to go in the first. I really want to try these greens. They're really cool. They're really pretty colors. So I think I'm going to go in. I'm trying to make a transition shade, because there's really not a, well, this could be a transition, but it's more pink. I don't know if that would go with that. So I think I'm going to go with this and mix it with this. Oh, it's okay. So I'm using Misbehave and Secret Santa. And I'm just going to kind of mix those two together just to get a transition stage shade going. Oh, I like that. Well, at least this is going on better than that foundation. Holy wow. I haven't used something that and I hate to be mean about it, but whoa. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I've gotten stuff at the dollar store that I think performed better than that. It was a primer. Maybe the primer was too fancy for it. I don't know. It just, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the clean brush. I think I put too much of what I don't want to be. I didn't want that much product down. So it's a really pretty color though. I really like that shade. It's coming off. Honest to God, I really don't think I've had a perfect transition shade like this in a very long time. And I'm actually going to use a flat brush and see what this does. And I'm going to pick up the shade Balsam. Okay. And I'm putting it on both sides of my brush, and I'm going to pack it on. And, ooh, I see fallout already. Oh no, there goes my... And it's not the shadow's fault. Like I said, I packed it on here, so it's very loose on this brush. And you'll see why I wanted to do this. So I'm just kind of doing this and going in my crease. It looks like a mess right now, but I'm going to hurry up and try to wipe away that fallout. You know what? I should put a lot of powder here. I hate that baking stuff, but I think I'm going to. So I'm just going to put a lot of powder there. And hopefully that will help. When it falls out, you can just kind of sweep it away. So, okay. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm just packing this in here. Now I'm going to take a little smaller brush like this. You know, just kind of go down in your brushes, and I'm just going to kind of very lightly swirl this around. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit here. And go back with that clean brush. And what I'm doing is just going in circles, and I'm going to bring it towards the middle a little bit. So, because I packed it all on and I want it to fade, I want it to get lighter. So I'm using two different brushes here. I kind of want to be a little precise, but then I want to be messy. Does that make sense? No. That looks really pretty. I like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is look at this shade. This is amazing. Mistletoe. Look at that green. Oh, so nice. So I'm going to try to use a dry brush first to see how this shimmer works. It's more, I don't know if it's a shimmer or if it's a, oh boy, that's pretty. So it seems to go on pretty well. I'm going to use this brush so you guys can see. Yeah, it seems to go on really. You do not need to wet this. I can't even imagine what would happen if you did. So I'm going to put that all the way. And I love this brush. See how it's another flat brush, but you can get on the tip and almost do a cut crease without a cut crease. I mean, if you have a shadow that can perform like this, you know. Now I'm just going to take the other side that's clean. See how that's clean? I mean, for the most part. And I'm going to go into Very Merry, which is a lighter green shimmer. So again, I really don't think I need to wet it, and I don't think I need to use my finger. Oh, is this pretty? And I'm just kind of going right into the deeper shade. And now I can just flip my brush. You know, you can go back and forth into where it blends to the color or shade that you want. And then I'm also going to go into, you know, this first brush that we used. Pick up just a little bit. And I'm going to put it into that green shimmer that we did. And then I'm going to take it, go just over those shimmers. So, I mean, look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do the under eye. And for that, I'm going to use a more like that kind of brush. And I'm going to go into I'm going to use Secret Santa. It's one of the ones that I mixed together, but it's the more lighter one. And, okay. So we got that. And then now I'm going to use a smaller, this is actually a concealer brush, e.l.f.'s concealer, but I'm going to use that green. I just feel like it does a great job around this here. Okay, and then I'm going to clean that brush off and go in with the Mistletoe deep green shimmer. And I'm going to go in the middle. So again, what I did on here, I'm mimicking down here. And then I'm going to go in with the Very Merry. And go right at this part here. You know, I'm looking for inner corner. Maybe I'll just use this Merry. I can't see it. I don't know, that shade there. And we're going to just go here. But it looks nice. Okay, so here we go. And wiped away pretty good. Okay, so that's the first look right here. And let's go into this eye. Okay, so this eye, I think I'm going to want to do more, something real crazy. I think I'm going to use the Rudolph, which is red. There's a candy cane that I like here. There's Nutcracker that I like here. And I really like this decked out. Oh, you can't even see it. So I'm thinking the Rudolph Cranberry. this Nutcracker, and Decked Out. I mean, those are just fun colors. So let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to use those same brushes pretty much. And I'm just going to clean them off. You know, they're clean, even though it has that on there. And I think I'm going to go in with the first shade here called Frosting. And I'm going to just go load that up. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to... Oh, that's a pretty, very pretty shade for a transition. Very nice. I hope you guys can... Maybe I need to go here in front of you. There. I'll figure this out, you guys. I will figure it out. I am going to go all the way over with this one. I think I'm going to do some kind of crazy halo eye, but it's going to be crazy. Okay. So that's a very pretty transit. I'm telling you, this palette is very nice. It's a very nice formula. The colors are so much fun. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is go in with this candy cane. Let's see if this will work. I might have to switch up these brushes, but I want to. And I'm going to go in the inner corner here. And this brush is great because, again, you know, it almost does a cut crease for you. And you don't have to mess around. These are these shades are super, super pigmented. Okay, so now I'm going to take a clean brush again. And I'm going to use a more fluffy, make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to kind of smoke this out. Okay. Boy, it's coming out really, really bold on there. Okay, so let's not panic yet, anybody. We're going to keep moving on. All right, and then I'm going to use the same one on the other side, but I'm going to go to a different shade. I'm going to go to, it's called Nutcracker. Okay, I'm going to need something different there. So I'm going to have to go in with that one, this one. It's just bigger, packer. And I'm going to pack it on like I did the other side. And I'm going to hurry up and put some powder under there right away. Just so we can wipe that away. So great. So now my eyes are going to look real bad because I'm baking it. I would never bake it. And I normally, this is why I put on my shadows first, because I don't want to bake with my eyes, you know, with the more mature eyes. It's not good. Not good at all. Okay, so I pack that on. See that? And now I'm just going to blend that all in. I'm trying to bring it over just a touch. I got something in my head what I'm going to do in the middle. Okay. Going back with the candy cane and just lightly go there. So now I'm going to go back with that first original color. I'm going to use this brush here. And that was the Frosting. Very lightly. I'm going to go right above all this. Here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, are you guys ready for this craziness? Okay, so now I'm going to clean this brush that I was using with the green. And I'm going to take the red, which is Rudolph. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. I'm way out of my comfort zone here. And I'm going to take it all the way up. Okay, so we got that. And I'm just going to soften the top of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the middle here is I'm going to use this debating. I'm actually debating now. I'm debating against Ornament, this real pretty pink shimmery shade, and Cheers. I think I'm going to go with Cheers. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm trying to do it in the monitor. This is not a good idea. Let me go over here and then I'll come back to you. Oh, wow, is that pretty? You know what I should try to see if I can use it with that one brush, if it's as nice as the green ones were. I don't think so. I think you can, yeah, I mean, let me see. Let's try my hand. I'd already put it on by then. No, yeah, you don't have to. I think you would get a better payoff if you did. How did that get up there? My finger. Look what happened here. Oh, boy. You know what? We can fix that. I'm going to use a clean brush. We can use it as our highlighter. Yeah. Darn it. Oh, well, we're using it as my highlighter. Okay, so this is this eye. And this eye. I feel like I have too much going on here, so I think I need to blend more and possibly put in another shade with it just to calm it down. I think I'm going to go in with that frosting and just to calm it down. Okay, so I think I'm under here. I'm going to go definitely use the Nutcracker shade. It's the more burgundy shade here. And I'll put that all along the bottom here. And I'm going to kind of take a brush. You know what? I need a more fluffy big one to really smoke that out. Okay. So we got that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the ornament in the middle. That ornament is really pretty. It is really pretty. Okay, so now also I am going to use a liner, and this is a this is NYX, and it is called Jewel, and it's kind of, you know, like a sparkly. And I think I'm going to do that in my waterline here. So it looks like that. And then I also have a green one like that. It's the same by NYX. And it looks like that. And I'm going to add that in my waterline. So now we have this. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm going to put on my mascara. Okay, I'm back. And here's the final look for this, these two looks. So here is the green. Okay, right, the green side, and here is our pink, and I added a little bit of, it's called Snow Day in the inner corner, and a little bit up in up here because I had messed up with the one, so I just tried to cover that up. And I did add a little bit of Cheers up here, and I did add a little bit of highlighter. So here is the side. Let's see. Okay. Add a little bit of black eyeliner. So, yeah, here's the look. Could you imagine if I went somewhere like this? All right, so I'm going to go wash all this off, and I will get to the final look right after this. Okay, I'm back with the last look, and I'm going to try to duplicate it on this eye. So, I've already done this eye for you guys, so you don't have to sit through both eyes. And I put on falsies, so I'll do that on the same on this eye. So with the colors I used on this side here was Meringue, Decked Out, Nutcracker, and I kind of mixed these two, Hot Cocoa, and Snow Day. So yeah, let's hope I remember how I did that, because I just kind of went to town on that. All right, so I did start out with Meringue. I do know that. And I just loaded up a flat brush. And I actually just put the meringue all over my lid. like that. And then I took a small pointy detail brush like that. And the color, or the brush is 431, I think, without my handy dandy monocle. And I took Nutcracker and meringue, and I kind of just mixed them together, tapped off the excess. And I looked, because I have that fold, to see that fold here. If I look, so I just looked straight ahead, and I went right above my fold. And I just did a very slight line here. And I didn't go all the way over, and I didn't go all the way down. So I just kind of made a line here, just like that. I gotta learn how to work with these mirrors. I might have to just go back to my other mirror. But I'm just trying so you guys can see better. Now I'm going in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just smoking that up. Okay, then I'm going to go dip back into the Nutcracker and the meringue, and I'm really going to tap that off. Sorry if there's a lot of sound in your ear. And I'm just going to very lightly, I'm barely touching. All right, now I'm going to clean off my brush and just dip it into the meringue. Then I went in with this brush here. Oh, my poor little brush. It must not have dried well. Okay, so it's a Morphe, I think 456, I think. But you just want to go smaller, whenever, you're working in these areas, you kind of, if you want to be really precise. So now I'm going in with hot cocoa. And I'm pretty much staying right here on the outer part of my eye. And I'm not going too hard as of yet. Just kind of laying down the color. I'm going to bring it down here. It's weird because, I thought when I started this, I thought it was going to be a deeper brown, but it's almost like a khaki when it goes on your eye. Yeah, it just, it's not as brown as I thought. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now what I did, after that, I lay down, the outer color, that color here. I went in with my little favorite brush here. This is, I got it from the crayon case. So I do have to wet it for this shade here, or this shade here. And this is called Decked Out. And I'm putting, for some reason I had to wet it with this shade. I don't know why, or this shimmer. And I'm just lightly tapping it on. So yeah, it looks like that. All right, and now I'm going to clean that off, and I'm going to go in with this Snow Day, and I don't need to wet it for that. And going in my inner corner here. And I'm kind of taking it all the way down there. And then I'm going to take my finger and kind of blend that all together. And then I'm going to go back with that one that I was using, the hot cocoa shade on. And do that. And then Snow Day up just above my, ooh-wee, see? That stuff is really, it is shiny. But it's beautiful. It really is. And it's weird. It has like a pink shift to it. I don't know, like in certain parts of the light, it's white and pink, and it's really pretty. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's a different color. So it's like the more you press on it, it turns pink. So I went into, I'm using this kind of brush here. It's just kind of staying in there. But these are, I'm wiping it off on one of these things. And I'm going to go into hot cocoa. And I'm going to go under my under the whole eye. And go under. Okay, so that's where we're at. And I'm going to clean off my brush a little bit. and go into the Nutcracker. So this is more like a burgundy shade, and I'm going right underneath it, underneath that brown. There we are. So that. And then I took a eyeliner, and this is actually a Kokie eyeliner, but it's very similar to the NYX that I was using earlier. And they all have like a shimmer in it. And this comes out like a copper. And I put that in my waterline. Okay, so now I'm going to put on my falsie. And I'm going to use that Kiss pen, the Kiss glue pen. And I'm just going to line. So, I mean, it lines it just like a liner. So, you don't need both anyway. But this is just happens to be a glue. And nice thing again is you can put these right on. You don't need to wait for them to dry. Just if you went in straight, straight on, it's going to be hard. So if you look down, it's a lot easier. So let me just put on a little mascara. We are done. 3 looks. Okay. So this one, it looks like this. I liked it. I had so much fun. It was a lot of work. I've never done anything like this where I did 3 looks in a matter of a couple hours, and had to wash it all off and then reapply all this makeup. But it was a blast. If you guys ever have a chance to do something like that, you should. It's a lot of fun. Take a lot of pictures, put it on Instagram. It's a blast. So thank you so much for being here. I know this was a very long one. I'm going to try to cut as much out as I can. But yeah, have a great one, you guys. Stay safe out there. And until next time.